All right, we might as well just keep it rolling. You feel me? You feel me? Like, we might as well just keep it rolling. You know what I mean? Like it's essential that we drink Essentia, right? All right. Um, all right, we here. The law of expectations. Okay? Expanding our reality. Energy flows. Nope, that's wrong. That's wrong. Take it from the top. The law of expectation, expanding our reality. Energy follows thought. We move toward, but not beyond, what we can imagine. What we assume, expect, or believe creates and colors our experience. By expanding our deepest beliefs about what is possible, we change our experience of life. Our lives are shaped not as much by our experience as by our expectations, and that's George Bernard Shaw. We continued in silence along the winding deer trails until we reached a plateau, where the sage stopped abruptly. She handed me another stone and pointed toward a tree trunk about 20 feet away. I have a challenge for you, she announced. Another tree? I asked. Yes, but this time you have only one stone, one chance to hit the tree square on. And if I don't, I have more treasures to share. But if you miss the tree, our time together is over, she said. You really mean that? I mean everything I say. Why is it so important that I hit the tree in one try? I asked, pointing toward it. Not that tree, she corrected me. The other one, over there. She pointed to a large oak tree, 90 feet away. I can't possibly hit that in one try. What about the law of process? Shouldn't I start closer? This is not about the law of process. This is about the law of expectation. How about your underlying beliefs and assumptions? About how your underlying beliefs and assumptions shape your experience. Well, I admitted then, I don't believe I can hit that tree. I believe you will, she said, smiling. If you believe it, if you believe it, then you hit it, I replied, hefting the rock nervously. Like you try to give her the rock. If you believe it, then you hit it, I replied, hefting the rock nervously. Ignoring my comment, the sage sat down and invited me to do the same, but I declined. I'd rather stand if you don't mind. I'm a little tense. Stay present, she reminded me. You'll always have time to worry later on if you want to. So I sat and listened. Before anything manifests in this world, she began, it first appears as a thought or image in someone's mind. Your thoughts color the windows through which you see the world. Your beliefs become the building blocks of experience. In other words, every positive thought is a prayer. Every prayer is answered. Do you really believe that? I asked. What I believe is less important right now than what you believe, she replied. Not that you think you believe. Such surface beliefs have little impact. Only your deepest underlying assumptions have the power to shape your reality. That reminds me of an old poem, I said. Two men looked through prison bars. One saw mud, the other saw stars. Yes, she said. What you see depends upon where you choose to look, and where you look depends upon what you expect to see. If you believe, for example, that people can't be trusted, you'll see the world through the filter of this expectation and find evidence that supports it. Your beliefs influence the choices you make, the directions you take, even the friends, adversaries, and destinies you meet. Your beliefs set into motion inner processes and behaviors that influence how you move, act, and feel. On more subtle levels, your thoughts even affect the size and color of your energy field to which other people respond. If, for example, you perceive people around you as friends who you like, you feel relaxed and expansive. Your energy and behavior draw them to you. This is one way your expectations shape your reality. That all makes sense. I can't wait to learn how this is going to help me hit that tree on my first try. Only your only try, she corrected, gesturing for me to stand. Now focus all your attention on the tree. Get ready to throw the stone and say aloud, I can hit the tree with ease. Feeling silly, I said, okay, I can hit the tree with ease. I didn't believe it for a second, of course. In fact, I was overcome by doubts. There was no way I could hit that tree at 90 feet the first try, or probably any try. Not if I threw left, then right. Not if I started up close, which she wouldn't let me do anyway. Not if I were a major league pitcher. No one could expect to do this. It was just too far. Hitting the tree is easy, said the sage, responding. Once again in my thoughts. The challenge is overcoming the negative beliefs that hold you back. She picked up a stone. My mouth dropped open as she flung the stone into space, hitting the tree dead center with a resounding whack. That was just to get your attention, she said, smiling, while I stared wide-eyed. It isn't enough for you to repeat. It isn't enough for you to repeat over and over. I can do it. I can do it, she explained. Not while your underlying doubts are stealing your spirit, robbing you of your focus and strength. I want you to bring these negative expectations into the open, into the light of conscious awareness, where they can be seen for what they are. Go ahead, shout them out the top of your lungs. I felt really stupid, but I did as she asked. I yelled out all the reasons I couldn't hit the tree. I voiced all my doubts at her, urging again and again out loud. Now she said, look at the tree again and create this expectation. I can hit the tree with ease. So I said it again. I can hit the tree with ease. And the strangest thing happened. Not a single doubt came up. It was simply true. I felt it. I believed it completely. It rang true and real. As I looked at the tree, I felt a line of energy stretching from me to the tree, and I knew the stone would follow that line to its target. I stood squarely on balance. Nothing else existed but me and that stone and that tree. For an instant, there was no me left. That's when I took a breath and threw the stone. The moment I let it go, I knew it would hit its target. I saw it fly, attracted to the tree like a magnet. The stone hit the tree trunk dead center, and as it hit, something shifted inside me. I understood the law of expectation. Before I could do, I had to believe it. I had to really expect it. Nodding, the sage said, before you did it, you saw it happen in your mind. And in your daily life, if you create positive images, happy circumstances, and successful outcomes, these become real to your deeper mind, which builds upon such experiences to attract similar ones. The law of expectation reminds you of your inherent power to shape your life through the images and expectations you create. By airing all your doubts, you root them up from the deeper mind so that they can dissolve in the light of awareness. Like, that's fucking incredible. I'm sorry. I gotta stop for a second and reread that. The law of expectation reminds you of the inherent power to shape your life through the images and expectations you create. By airing all your doubts, you root them up from deeper mind so they can dissolve in the light of awareness. Like, oh yeah, I see these things. I'm not going to get into it. What I created, the law, what if I created the law? What if I created the expectation that I could fly? Could I use the same process? I don't want to dampen your enthusiasm, traveler, but the law of spirit that manifests in this plane of reality are senior to our human beliefs. You see, gravity works whether you believe it or not. So even if I banish all doubts, I still couldn't fly. But you can fly, she said. You can soar into the air, fly into space, and land on the moon. Enormous doubts and scientific fact had to be overcome before humanity could do the impossible and take flight. Within the laws of spirit, there are no limits except our beliefs. Our future as individuals and as a species will mirror our ability to understand and apply the law of expectation. As we hike down into the valley, the sage continued, the law of expectation highlights the importance of examining your old beliefs and assumptions, replacing self-defeating doubts with vivid images, and creating new beliefs based on clear intention. What if there's no evidence to support that belief? I asked. That is what I've tried to express to you, she said. Believe it anyway. The expectation will attract the evidence. I'll do my best, I replied. But speaking of self-defeating doubts, I said, reading the newspapers sometimes depresses me. It's easy to lose hope for humanity. With all our environmental problems, unwanted children, crime, and greed, I'm not filled with hope, said the sage. I'm filled with faith. Real problems exist, but even as we address the issues that cry out for help, it seems wisest to focus on positive outcomes and on our human potential. The law of expectation teaches that what we focus on expands. Fighting problems only strengthens them by giving them energy. So focus on the solutions, not the problems. The sage glanced up at the hawk above our upturned heads, floating like a kite on the wind, and shared a final reminder of the law of expectation. Like the ancient alchemist, traveler, you can transmute doubt into confidence and fear into courage. New expectations breed new choices. Don't wait for experiences to confirm them. Create new visions of who you would become, and surely you will become it. And that's the law of expectation. The next one's the law of integrity, living our truth. Okay? And we'll do that one next.